to the home of the Clemson Tigers, Death Valley in Clemson, South Carolina. As we'll see, the winners of 7 straight, the North Carolina Tar Heels, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Clemson Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. And the Tar Heels will put total leather and we'll get started. Coming out with it, it's Courtney. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. So Clemson's offense will have the first crack at it in this one. We've had our eye on this guy for most of the season, and what a weapon he is. He is making a charge for the Heisman Trophy. And, David, I don't really think many would argue with it.
No, because it's been crazy. He's been the focal point of this offense, and he continues to deliver week after week. He's a superstar, putting up big numbers, carrying his team on his back. Jesse, that's a tough spot to do that for a whole year because of the physical pounding. It's been tremendous so far.
Yeah, can he keep it up is the question. And I think when I think back to the first half of this college football season, I think a lot of the most memorable moments and the best highlights have been this guy, right? He has shown up for his football team. He's done incredible things. Can he do that now in the second half of the season and make that Heisman push?
On the move to his left. Got him downfield. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. This has been a staple of the offense at Clemson. Get those big receivers, let them make plays downfield, and it's been very effective over the years.
Yeah, and good quarterback play obviously helps, but when you got good matchups on the outside.
Turning it on. Picks up the first down. Big pickup on that one. They'll mark him out at the 40.
They get a huge gain on that toss play, and this running back, when he's got the ball in space, watch out. You see when he's out in the perimeter of the field, he's able to pick his spots. He can make people miss. He's got a bevy of moves. Way to generate the explosive play.
Toss sweep to the right. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Scanning the field. It's Underwood. That's caught. It's Davidson. There he goes. He's stopped and forced out of bounds just short of the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 11.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at him. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain. Now, guys, when you're talking about Clemson, really interesting matchup here. It's always fun when the top 2 teams in the conference get to square off in the regular season. With all the expansion, it's become a little bit of a rarity, hasn't it?
It has. Obviously, there's so many teams in each conference, but head-to-head still very much matters. So if you're sitting, obviously, at the top like these teams are, the head-to-head this day will really matter down the road.
Yeah, this was a game we circled way back in the preseason, expecting these 2 teams to be as good as they are, and now we get to find out who's the best in conference. Both these teams relishing this opportunity to show not only their opponent, but the rest of the conference who the top dog is.
So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense.
You got to be impressed by what you just saw from this offense. They're already in the red zone, right? The coach is telling the quarterback, be smart, don't do anything crazy with the football. We can't turn.
And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Clemson!
This defense has their hands full in this game because of what you saw right there. This quarterback is one of the fastest players in the entire country, and he runs one in. They're going to have to do a better job getting hats to him because they know they're going to see the QB run a lot today.
setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. So a drive there of 84 yards, and they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So the North Carolina Tar Heels offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. And are we ever lucky to see these two great... in action here today. And Jesse, it won't be long before we'll see them squaring off on Sundays.
Yeah, these guys can both stress a defense for similar reasons, and we've seen it all year long, right? Both guys have tremendous arm talent. Both guys can hurt you running the football as well. So these defenses are really going to have to be careful with how they try and defend these two quarterbacks, David. This one could come down to which guy has...
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
Man, this defense has been so impressive to watch. Look at it. Get to the quarterback, get the sack. They play so fast. It's like they have 12 men on the field. Another good performance going down right now. Coming off of last week, putting a goose egg on the board against their last opponent.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Now the play fake. And he feels the heat coming and it burns him up. Another sack.
The coaches talked about gotta get to the quarterback, gotta ruffle his feathers a little bit. How about this first drive, man? They've already sacked him twice. This will pay dividends throughout a football game.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here.
Well, that's their 3rd sack of the game, and we knew statistically coming into this game, this is one of the top 25 units in the nation getting after the quarterback. I just love how athletic they are up front, and they are giving this offensive line headaches and nightmares up to this point.
The Tar Heels will punt this one away. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Looking for room. It's Davidson. Little too soft in that run defense. He picks up 4 to the 32.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up, get some movement at the point of attack, and find a little crease for your running back.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Looking downfield, it's Underwood. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Finds the tight end. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Passing game kept his drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. They'll go to the ground. Able to make the tackle, but not before he gets 5 yards down to the 21. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. He might want another play. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Trying to make magic with his feet. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. We've reached a break. Clemson has the lead. We've put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. They've switched ends of the field, and we're ready to get things started here in the second. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. He's looking to throw. Gets rid of it. Looking to get it in. Give him 6. Touchdown Tigers! Ready to try the point after. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, every game in the SEC so vital to a team's season, and this one is no different. Ole Miss found a way to pick up the W, and a win is a win, but this was not the type of convincing victory they've gotten used to in Oxford. Going to be very interesting to see what the fallout from this one is, because as we know, you can't lose games in the SEC like this without some blowback.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. It sounds like they had a good one there. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks. And the Tar Heels can really attack on this 2nd and short. Lopez wants to fire. He finds a soft spot in the middle. Still running at the 40. He was off to the races, and maybe another step or two and he would have scored, but they get him at the 21-yard line.
I know this isn't the start the offense wanted. They don't have any points so far in this game, but sometimes it just takes one explosive play to turn things around. And after that beautiful completion deep for the offense, that should give them a little confidence, a little momentum. They've now got us to be able to score points on this drive.
He'll be run out of bounds at the 14. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And there was no space, nowhere to go. That play went absolutely nowhere.
Sometimes you just need a dude to show up and make a play, and he did.
Sometimes you just need to block that dude, and they didn't.
Finds his big tight end. The tackle is made, but he's got it 1st and goal from the 6. The Tar Heels look to keep this drive humming. He wants to throw it. Lets it go to the end zone. And he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity, but it's incomplete. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? It's Cox. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. 3rd and goal, and let's see if they can even operate in this noise. Leaves it with the back. How about that defense getting back there? He'll lose a couple. And they'll send out the field goal unit. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. Oh, the attempt is no good. And after the miss, it's still a 14-point game.
Well, they knew coming into this game touchdowns were going to be real hard to come by going up against this defense. So when you got opportunities to kick field goals, you've got to come away with 3 points. You're not going to get these chances very often.
Followed that blocking and got 5 out to the 26.
And you know exactly what time it is when you get down here in the red zone. You got to be able to run the football, but when you got a back like this who punches the ball in the end zone consistently almost every single game, you are going to feed that animal the rock.
Back has it. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
And that's a great job by the defense, understanding exactly the situation, understanding to stay home, play sound. No matter who gets the football, we're going to run to the football hard. We're going to cage the football.
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Clemson will send the punt team out. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. On his way from around the 50. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. They take over late and have enough time to put together a drive. Lopez to pass. Trying to get rid of it. Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it.
Man, the defense smells blood in the water. You can tell. They're getting to this quarterback over and over and over. They've already sacked him a couple times. They're just winning up front. They almost got another sack on that last play.
To the air on 2nd down. Finds his man. It's Copeland. There he goes. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They'll snap it from the 26 on 1st down. Looking to throw on 1st down. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they built the lead.
Oh, he can't hang on. Those arms might have favored an alligator there, and it'll be 3rd down. Now, they missed a field goal on the last drive, but you need to get points here, so they need to pick up some yardage to at least get in range for their kicker. Caught over the middle. It's Goss. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, UNC!
That's exactly what... Offense needed to do. You talk about answering at the right time, right before the half, close this gap, create some momentum, go into the half, put something together, try to come out with your hair on fire and win this second half.
And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finish things off. Scoring toss from the 33. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. They've got time, they've got the lead, and David, it's sort of like a doctor. First, do no harm.
Do no harm, but also momentum is hard to create and sometimes hard to stop. You have it, so Jesse, don't do anything stupid to create some momentum for the other side.
I think a lot of this comes down to your quarterback and whether or not he's making good decisions in this game. If yes, be aggressive. If not, let's just take the lead into halftime and get ready for the second half.
Here comes the offense on first down. Back to pass, it's Underwood. That's caught, it's Haynes. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have 1 remaining in the half. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Working that left side now. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. The Tigers come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. Quarterback making checks. They'll try to get the first through the air. Rolling, throwing, looking right. He holds it in, and nobody's close. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
They'll send the tight end in motion. Keeping his eyes downfield, rolling left. Makes the catch. He gets it. Touchdown, Clemson.
And that's the way you execute on offense, man. You keep your foot on the gas. Try to make this a 2-score game. You do with that touchdown. This offense executing beautifully. The defense is going to have to find something in the second half to get some stops.
The AT unit on the field. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. A first half that saw a little bit of everything there in Death Valley. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. Time to see how things play out the rest of the way as we send it back to our guys in Death Valley.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. Clemson will kick this deep to get the second half underway. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one, put your best plays together, start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
Here's the pressure. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
In the second half, trailing the way they are, they know they're going to have to be able to throw the football to get back into it, but you can't accomplish that if you can't keep your quarterback standing upright. Give the defense tons of credit getting that sack on third down.
And the Tar Heels have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Lopez wants to fire. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to find another play.
It's a smart decision by the quarterback, but it's a frustrating one also because you're trailing in this game and you know you've got to hit some of these throws to get back in it. But the defense is doing such a good job in coverage. Nobody's open, so you've got to throw that one away. Smart decision, but it's a tough decision.
Rush coming in high, and they got him at the 29. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Tar Heels will call on their punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And the returner will be knocked down. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Boy, that last drive, they looked like they were throwing against air. Just absolute precision execution in the passing game, and it led them to a touchdown. We'll see what they have this possession. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Makes the grab. It's Haynes.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
Back to pass. Caught near the sticks. It's Courtney. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. Might be calling a hot route. Dropping back, it's Underwood. Scrambling away. Slings it downfield. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming.
Not seeing a lot of chemistry between the QB and his intended target on that play.
Wants to keep it in the air. That's reeled in. It's Haynes.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. He'll pull it down and run. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs.
And these are the ones that they just add up, and they're so frustrating for a defender. Trust me, I'm a defensive guy. It's just annoying. You get him in third and medium. They're going to pass the football. You play the pass well, but, man, does he have a good feel, and he just pulls it down.
Oh, he's got some space. Goes out of bounds, but not before he gets it to the edge of the red zone right at the 20. Clemson ready to go back to work with another first down. They march to the red zone, and here they go. Snagged out of the air. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Wants to go up top. He's got it on the move. Touchdown, Tigers. Oh, that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score. They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9. The old saying is pick your poison. Both of them are lethal when you deal with this guy. He fits that Clemson quarterback mold.
That's what stinks. So, yeah, I got to come up and worry about his legs and make sure I bring a safety down to be aggressive in stopping this Clemson running attack, and then he throws it over my head. So tough to defend when you get all the speed, the running game going, the tempo, and then a quarterback that can run and throw. Good luck.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. They're looking at a 21-point hole. There's still time to do some work, but there's also no time to waste. Lopez to pass. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
Man, it is nice to be a cover guy when you've got a demon like this that can get after the quarterback. 4 sacks last week. That's his 3rd today. NIL, can you spell show the sack master some money?
And the Tar Heels trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Looking to fire. Can't connect on his first throw.
This offense really is putting themselves behind the 8 ball right now on this drive. Sack, first down, just thrown an incompletion. So 3rd in California. Defense knows you're probably going to throw it. What can you dial up here?
On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. It's picked off, and another empty drive. Going the other way, and he's got room. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there.
What a play by this defense. You got the offense backed up. You stay aggressive, break on the football, make a big play, and your offense is jacked up inside the 5-yard line with a chance to punch this in and get some points on the board.
They are so close to a score, they can smell it on the first play of the drive. 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. Now on 2nd and goal. He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Tigers. The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat, you keep your foot down. When you get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
On to attempt the try. And the extra point sails through, and they have a 35-7 lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Dynamite matchup today, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Marshall is down right now, but you simply can't rule out a comeback. Randy Moss had a hand in getting this kid to Huntington, so if he thinks the magic is there, who am I to disagree? It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to James Madison. Sunbelt, Funbelt. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. The Tar Heels have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. Back to pass. Interception, and things are going from bad to worse. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
Coming out of the tunnel in the third quarter, this quarterback now is really struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here in the third quarter. This looks like Jekyll and Hyde from what we saw in the first half.
Well, and the bad thing is they're going to be in passing situations. They're coming from behind. They're going to need him to play better. Like, he's going to have to read the field better and make some plays if they want to get back in this football game.
Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. They had this thing in a hammerlock at halftime, and now they... Really ratcheting up the pressure, David.
And I tell you what, this offense doesn't have to change a thing, Palmer. They've done what they wanted in the first half and starting off the...
Oh, he's getting chance, and they couldn't catch him.
I love the execution on that play. Great blocking up front just to get the ball carrier an opportunity in the second level of the defense. And then at that point, it was make a guy miss and use the speed. That was a perfectly executed play.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And they tacked on the extra point. What a way to send a message. Huge play in the running game. One snap, and you've got a touchdown on the board. Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. First play of the drive wants to throw. Setting up the screen. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
We've come to the end of the quarter, and Clemson has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the fourth. So first down, we'll open up the final period. Looking downfield on first down. Makes the catch. It's Copeland. On the sweet spin, and he's free. There he goes to the right. Touchdown, North Carolina! He found some open space and turned on the Jets. The result of this game is going to sting for sure, but continue to build, you've got to improve, and you can take some positives out of this late hustle and build for next week.
There's always positives, and coaches are always looking for those things that we did well. What did we do well so we can do more of it in the future? Finding some things here late that they did well.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. On the move from inside his 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. There have been few obstacles for this offense as they are starting to pull away here in the second half, Jesse.
And this has been a dream game for this play caller too, right? It's like anything that he's calling is working flawlessly.
Yeah, it's fun to be the offensive coordinator, but not the defensive coordinator. They have had no answers. It's been an absolute... miserable day trying to solve the riddle of this offense.
Well, they're trying to go toss to get to the perimeter, but how about the DBs beating their blocks and using their speed to get upfield and create the negative play?
Looking for a man. It's Underwood. Under fire. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Got room to work. Forced out of bounds right at the 20-yard line, and that's the kind of play that can really get a drive going.
Well, the sack on the last play obviously put them behind the chains. He's doing everything he can on this scramble to try and go and get the first down, but got to give the defense tons of credit. Not only do you get the sack the previous play, but you're able to chase down a pretty athletic guy and now set up 4th.
On 4th down, looking to pass. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Out to the 32-yard line before he goes out of bounds, and that's the way to give a little start to the drive. They spun that wheel of fortune on 4th down and come up bankrupt. This offense has it with really good field position. He'll start this drive firing. Touchdown, Tar Heels! They went for the big play, and boy, did it ever pay off.
Yeah, nice pitch, nice catch. And listen, maybe this helps next game, right? Like, we're trying to find a rhythm, find something that works, find somebody to go to. And this offense has struggled, and you're down by 1,000, but I like that they continue to fight.
Lining up to add another. Splits the uprights. That drive not too taxing on the playbook. One play, put it in the end zone just like that. The deficit is huge. This one is all but over, but they'll keep trying and line up for the onside kick. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. That 4th down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on 4th down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. The defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right. Yeah,
not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before, so you got to come back out here, take the field. It's a
breaks into the open. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's 1st down. He just keeps piling up numbers with completion after completion in this standout performance.
And I think some people might say late in the game, you got the win, everything's in hand, be a little bit conservative, or you just say, I'm just going to keep doing me. And what I do with this offense is throw the football all over the yard, and I'm going to try to win me a big trophy at the end of the year.
Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Looking to throw, it's Underwood. He's got him this time. Touchdown, Tigers! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone. They give themselves just a little more cushion as they close in on extending this winning run.
Salt into her wound, right? Late in the 4th quarter, you can run the football, run this game out. No, sir. I'm going to continue to pad my stats, find my receiver out wide, and give me another touchdown.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the point after is good. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. Wants to go up top on 1st down. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
Yeah, and this defense just putting the cherry on top of the sundae. They've been all over the place. They've done a great job. Their offense has built a huge lead. We're just counting down the minutes on the clock now.
And the Tar Heels now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Second down, he'll throw it. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
And how about the hat trick? Like adding insult to injury. You got him in passing situation. You know what's coming. All I'm doing right now is trying to pad my stats and get those sacks.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. And this defense is bringing the heat. Another sack.
You've got to love what you're seeing if you're the head coach of this team, because your defense is simply not resting on their laurels, and they're playing until there's zeros on the clock. They've got a massive lead. We're late in the fourth quarter, and they're still getting sacks.
The Tar Heels will try to pin them back with the punt. That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. The heat was too much for that quarterback, and the sack brings up a punt. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. This is quickly turning into a celebration, Jesse, as they've taken control of this game.
And they should feel good about how they've played. They knew they had to come in here, protect home turf. They've gone out, they've run it well, they've thrown it well, David. Really, so much this coaching staff can be happy about.
Yeah, and now it's about stat padding, right? Like you can just put up more numbers. You know this game's pretty good. Don't turn it over, don't make a mistake. But this game is well in hand.
Let's see what Clemson comes up with on first and goal. Trying to barge their way in. Came through like a shot and knocked him down for a loss of 5. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. They'll run it to the left looking for the end zone. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. They worked it down to the 4-yard line, but now it's third and goal. Trying to turn the corner on the right. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point was good to finish things off. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finished it off with the score from the 4. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we'd have just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David. But I'll say this, if you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You've got to lock in. You got to take the week of practice very seriously and find those positives that you can build off, David, that you're talking about.
And the ball falls to the ground, incomplete. The game is over, and that's just sort of how this one is gone. When you know you have a team outclassed, the ability to play to that standard and finish with a blowout like this is really impressive.
And it's almost like playing against yourself, right? You know you're better. You know you're going to win the football game, but how do I continue to still execute? This was so easy, great execution, just beat down in every facet.
I think as a player, you just love being in such great rhythm, and we saw that right from the get-go in this game. Offense just able to matriculate the ball down the field. Defense was not giving anything up. What a great game plan coming in, and this was just total domination.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.